All right, deep divers. Are you ready to jump into some serious real estate with Robert Kiyosaki?
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to be looking at one of his YouTube videos and kind of breaking down, his take on real estate. And, I think it's really interesting stuff for anyone, especially under 40 who wants to kind of, unlock some of the secrets of the real estate world and make some of those, those dreams of maybe owning that beach house or, whatever your real estate dreams are, make them a reality.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Kiyosaki does really well is he kind of breaks down these complicated concepts in a way that, makes it easier for people to understand.
Right. And he starts off with he kind of paints a picture, right, of the financial system.
Yeah.
And how it all kind of flows together and works.
Exactly. He talks about how money flows from individuals to banks and then from banks to borrowers and investors.
Okay.
It's this constant cycle.
Well, where do we fit into that cycle?
Well, think about it like this. Every time you deposit money into your bank account, you're essentially becoming a lender.
Oh, wow.
Right. Because the banks are using that money to fund loans for other people.
Oh, so my little savings account is contributing to this giant machine.
Exactly. And that's where Kiyosaki says, instead of just being a part of that system, you can actually learn to use it to your advantage.
Okay.
And one of the main ways he talks about doing that is through real estate.
Okay.
So he mentions two main types of real estate investing. You can either buy existing properties or you can go the route of new construction.
So like you're choosing your own adventure, right? You could go with the existing properties or kind of blaze a new trail with the new construction.
Exactly.
All right. And what's the difference between those two?
So with existing properties, you're typically dealing with more traditional bank loans. Whereas with new construction, you might have to tap into more complex financing options.
Okay.
Like institutional loans and things like that. So different levels of risk and reward involved there.
Okay, interesting. So we're talking about loans and, this money cycle, but then Kiyosaki drops in, this concept of depreciation, which I think can be kind of confusing for people.
Yeah, depreciation is one of those things that sounds complicated, but it's actually a pretty simple concept.
Okay, break it down for me.
So basically, the government allows you to deduct a portion of your property's value each year to account for wear and tear.
Oh, okay.
Right. It's like they're acknowledging that things get old, even buildings.
So how does that benefit me as an investor?
Well, let's say you own a big fancy apartment building worth, $30 million.
All right, let's dream big.
Even if that building is generating a positive cash flow every month thanks to depreciation, you can legally report a loss on your taxes.
Wait a minute. So I'm making money, but I'm reporting a loss. How does that work?
It's one of the great things about real estate investing. The government actually wants to incentivize people to invest in housing. So they offer these tax breaks as an incentive.
So it's a win-win.
Exactly.
I'm making money. I'm paying less in taxes. That's amazing. But where does the real wealth building come in?
Well, that's where Kiyosaki talks about this concept of cash out refinancing.
Okay.
And he uses this example of a property he owns in Flagstaff.
Yeah, I was going to say, he loves those real world examples.
He does.
He always has the numbers.
So he bought this property, he put in some of his own money, got a loan from the bank, and then he strategically upgraded the property.
Okay.
So things like, adding washer-dryer units, maybe improving the landscaping, making it more desirable for renters.
So it's not just sitting on the property, you're actually improving it and adding value.
Exactly. And then once he's done that, the property is worth more.
Right.
So he goes back to the bank and he gets a new, larger loan based on that increased value.
Oh.
That allows him to pay off the original loan return, the initial investment to his investors, and he still has extra cash left over.
Whoa. So he gets his money back and he still has the property. And he has more money to play with.
It's like a financial magic trick.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Kiyosaki calls this an infinite return because you're essentially getting your money back while still holding on to the asset.
That's incredible.
And this all ties back to one of the most important principles in real estate investing, cash flow.
Okay, let's talk about cash flow, because I have a feeling that's a term we're going to be using a lot today.
Cash flow is like the heartbeat of any investment.
Okay.
Whether it's a business or stocks or real estate, everything ultimately comes down to how much cash flow it can generate.
It's like the fuel that keeps the engine running.
Exactly. And it's not just about the numbers. Kiyosaki also talks about the importance of building a strong team.
Okay, so it's not a solo mission. You need to assemble your squad.
Exactly. It's like, in basketball, you wouldn't expect one player to be great at every position, right?
True. Yeah, I mean, I could barely dribble a basketball, let alone dunk it.
So in the real estate game, you need your point guards, your power forwards, your coaches, people who can help you play the game strategically.
So I need to build my A team, my real estate justice league.
Exactly. And as you grow your real estate portfolio, you can expand your team even further. You can bring in property managers, legal experts, marketing people, all sorts of specialists.
It's like leveling up in a video game, unlocking new skills and resources as you go.
Exactly. And speaking of leveling up, Kiyosaki also has some pretty strong opinions about traditional education.
Oh, here we go.
He argues that schools often prepare you to be a good employee, but not necessarily a savvy entrepreneur or investor.
Okay. I could definitely relate to that. I mean, I learned a lot in school, but no one ever taught me how to buy a rental property or analyze a cash flow statement.
Exactly. So he's not saying traditional education is bad, but he stresses the importance of investing in your own financial education outside of the classroom.
Right. So it's like a continuous learning journey, always expanding your knowledge and skills. Yeah.
You got it. And this is where having a mentor can be really valuable. Someone who's already been there, done that, can help you avoid those costly beginner mistakes.
So find someone who's already crushing it in real estate and soak up all their wisdom like a sponge.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire. You might be surprised by how willing they are to share their knowledge and help you succeed.
Okay. I'm feeling inspired. So I've got my dream team. I'm leveling up my financial knowledge. What's next on the Kiyosaki roadmap?
Well, he dives deep into the power of debt, which I know can be a scary word for a lot of people.
Debt? It's like the villain in so many personal finance stories.
Right, but Kiyosaki challenges that narrative. He's all about using debt strategically, like a tool to amplify your returns.
Okay, so how do I turn debt from a monster into an ally?
It's all about understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt.
Okay. There's good debt and bad debt.
Good debt is debt that's used to acquire assets that appreciate in value and generate income.
Okay.
Bad debt is for things that just drain your finances without giving you anything back.
So a mortgage on a rental property that brings in more cash flow than it costs is good debt, but racking up credit card bills on designer shoes is bad debt.
You got it. And Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of structuring your debt wisely. So things like fixed rate mortgages to protect yourself from rising interest rates, or understanding key financial ratios like debt to income and loan to value.
Okay, those ratios sound a little technical, but I'm getting the sense that knowledge is power when it comes to debt.
Exactly. The more you understand, the less scary it becomes. And Kiyosaki stresses that you don't need to be a millionaire to start investing in real estate. Start small, learn the ropes, and gradually build your portfolio as your income and expertise grow.
So dip my toes in the water before doing a cannonball.
Exactly. And remember, you got your dream team to help you navigate those waters.
Okay, so we've talked about the basics. We've talked about building a team. We've talked about the power of debt. Now, how do I actually find these profitable real estate investments?
Well, Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of doing your homework research, the local market, understand the trends, identify areas with strong growth potential. He also encourages looking beyond just residential properties. Consider commercial real estate, things like apartment buildings or office spaces.
Commercial real estate sounds exciting, but also a little intimidating.
It can be, but it also offers the potential for higher returns and diversification. And regardless of what type of property you're considering, Kiyosaki stresses the importance of thorough due diligence.
Due diligence, that sounds serious.
It means inspecting the property, reviewing financial records, really understanding the potential for future appreciation and income generation. Don't just jump in head first. Do your research.
Okay, so knowledge is power, due diligence is key.
Right.
What other nuggets of wisdom does Kiyosaki have for us?
He's a big believer in negotiation. Don't be afraid to haggle to get the best possible price and terms. And once you've acquired a property, it's all about managing it effectively, finding good tenants, keeping the property in good shape, handling all those landlord responsibilities.
So being a landlord is more than just collecting rent checks.
It definitely is. But remember, you don't have to do everything yourself. Kiyosaki recommends building a strong team of professionals like property managers, contractors, accountants to help you streamline operations and maximize your returns.
Okay, my dream team is getting bigger and better, but amidst all this talk of strategy and numbers, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. What's the ultimate goal here?
Well, Kiyosaki encourages people to think beyond just flipping properties for a quick profit. He's all about building a portfolio of income-producing assets that will generate passive income for years to come.
Passive income, those are beautiful words.
Yeah.
So it's about creating a system where my money's working for me even while I'm sipping mojitos on the beach someday.
Exactly. It's about building lasting wealth and achieving financial freedom, and it requires patience and discipline, sticking to your plan, even when the market throws you curveballs.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. You got it. And as you continue on your real estate journey, remember that it's not just about building wealth for yourself, it's about using that wealth to make a positive difference in the world.
Okay, now we're talking. I love the idea of using my financial success to give back and make a real impact.
That's what Kiyosaki is all about. He encourages people to support causes they believe in, invest in their communities, use their resources to create opportunities for others.
So it's about using my wealth to make the world a better place. Sign me up.
That's the spirit. And he believes that everyone, regardless of their income level, can be a philanthropist. It's not just about writing big checks. It's about giving your time, your skills, your resources to causes that align with your values.
I love that it's about making a difference, big or small, and using my resources to create positive change.
Welcome back, deep divers. We're wrapping up our deep dive into Robert Kiyosaki's real estate wisdom. And I got to say, I'm feeling super inspired, like I could go out and buy a property right now.
That's the spirit. And, one thing that Kiyosaki really emphasizes is the importance of mindset. Mindset. Okay, yeah.
He believes that your beliefs about money can actually shape your financial reality.
So, like, if I think I'm going to be a real estate mogul, I'm more likely to actually make it happen.
He would definitely say so. If you approach investing with fear or doubt, those negative thoughts can kind of become self-fulfilling prophecies.
Right.
But if you cultivate a mindset of abundance, believing in your ability to create wealth, then you're going to be more likely to attract those opportunities.
Okay, so it's like those vision boards people talk about, but instead of pictures of, vacations, it's like pictures of cash flowing properties and maybe a private island or two.
Hey, whatever works. But yeah, Kiyosaki encourages us to really examine our financial programming, those deep-seated beliefs about money that we've maybe inherited from our families or from society.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes we're carrying around these limiting beliefs that are holding us back without even realizing it.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up hearing, money doesn't grow on trees and you have to work hard to get ahead.
Exactly. And those messages, while they might be well-intentioned, can really create this unconscious block when it comes to building wealth.
That makes sense.
So part of this journey is about recognizing those limiting beliefs and consciously choosing to replace them with more empowering ones.
So it's like we're doing some financial therapy here, rewriting the script.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your financial narrative. And this is where personal development comes in. It's about investing in yourself, expanding your knowledge, honing your skills, and cultivating that mindset that's going to support your success.
Yeah, and that's why we do this deep dive, right? To learn and grow.
Absolutely. The more you learn, the more confident you'll become in making those financial decisions. And this is where having a clear vision for your future is so crucial.
Vision. Okay.
Kiyosaki talks about the importance of setting specific financial goals. Where do you want to be in 5 years, 10 years? What does financial freedom look like for you?
All right, time to break out the dream board.
Exactly. And it's not enough to just say, I want to be rich. Define what that means for you. How much passive income do you want to generate every month? What kind of properties do you want to own? Having that clear vision, it acts like a roadmap. It guides your decisions and actions.
Right. It keeps you focused on the target.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once you know where you're headed, then it's all about crafting a strategy to get there.
Strategy.
And Kiyosaki emphasizes that, financial success, it's not just about working hard, it's about working smart.
I like the sound of that. Working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So what are some of those smart strategies?
Well, he's a big advocate for understanding different asset classes. Things like real estate, stocks, bonds, businesses.
Okay.
It's about diversifying your portfolio, not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Diversification, got it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. He also talks about the power of leverage, using debt strategically to acquire assets that'll appreciate and generate income. But remember, it's about using good debt wisely, not racking up bad debt that's going to weigh you down.
Okay, good debt versus bad debt. Got it.
And finally, Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of developing a system for managing your finances. Track your income and expenses, create a budget, make informed investment decisions. It's about being proactive and in control of your money.
So no more just hoping for the best I actually have to make a plan.
Exactly. Financial success is a skill that you can develop over time. The more you practice, the better you'll get.
Well, this has been amazing. I feel like we've really, gotten a crash course in real estate investing from the master himself. And not just real estate investing, but, mindset and personal development and really taking control of our financial future.
Absolutely. It's about empowering yourself to create the life you want. And remember, you don't have to go it alone. Find your tribe, connect with other people who are on the same journey.
So true community is key. We're
Yeah.
all in this together, right?
Exactly. And as Kiyosaki says, it's not just about building wealth for yourself, it's about using that wealth to make a positive impact in the world.
Absolutely. All right, deep divers, that's a wrap for today's episode.
Thanks for joining us. Remember, financial freedom is within your reach.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.